So you're waiting on a C8 Corvette just like I am. Well, the seas ahead may be a little bit rough, hopefully not too bad, but let's just hop on this ship, take a look at all the materials that might be there or not, and start backing off and thinking about this. Hello, how are you? I am Burke and you're watching Road Odyssey. Welcome one and all. Hope y'all are doing great. And if you don't mind, please subscribe down below. Thank you very much. So I hope y'all are having a great day. And I have been very curious about supply chain issues that might be coming up with the C8 Corvette. This Corvette Action Center article from March 5th alludes a little bit to upcoming possible shortages, not just for semiconductors, but maybe for other things as well. And I guess I may be backpedaling on some things that I said before. I am learning a lot more as I go. And anyway, this is the result of me doing some research. Saw an interesting reply to something I said out on Facebook. And it was in regard to plastics. All raw materials are in short supply. I am an account manager and degreed engineer in plastic manufacturing for raw plastic pellets. In the plastics industry, DuPont, BASF, and multiple raw plastic manufacturers have filed for force majeure. The raw materials that make up plastics are in short supply in multiple resin materials. Force majeure, unforeseeable circumstances that prevent someone from fulfilling a contract. So that means plastic companies are aware that they may not be able to get their supply to people like General Motors. I really do appreciate this plastic heads up from Jay Schellenberger on Facebook. And so I started looking into that a little bit as to what effects the plastics market could have on production for automobiles. And not only plastics, but foam and more information about these semiconductors. So just some really interesting stuff. And I wanted to add one more note that I've watched Rick Conti recently. He did give more highlights and greater details into the price increase for the C8, and I highly recommend watching that. So that video came out, today is the 7th, and his video I think came out yesterday on the 6th, March the 6th. So check that out. For right now, let me just kind of get into what I have at the moment regarding some supply chain issues and what might be coming up here in the future. So let's get into it. Several automakers, including GM, have stated that the increase in prices and availability of cars is a result of raw materials having been delayed and their prices increased. So prices of steel, aluminum, copper, plastic, rubber, etc. have inched up higher in price with a greater demand in the recent past, and this will continue to do so, adding to commodity price and supply chain pressures for acquisition of their car part supplies. I begin with plastics. A quote from Argo and Chemistry, February 23, 2021. The shortages are caused by the improving global economy in combination with the export of plastics from Europe to Asia and North America. These are also logistical problems due to a shortage of containers heading to Europe and reduced production of plastics in the U.S. Furthermore, the demand for certain raw materials for COVID-19 protective articles has been extremely high. Another factor related to plastics volatility is its dependence of coming from oil, and with the oil market fluctuating right now, well, so does plastic. Many plastic plants, according to S&P Global March 5th, 2021, have either stopped or slowed down production, and they are said that this will continue all the way through the end of June and maybe into July, but they're suspecting that there will be a strong comeback coming in September. My next topic is foam. From Autoblog, March 5th, 2021, they stated that the severe weather storms that left thousands without power and water in Texas in February 2021 also shut down the refineries that provide raw materials in seat foam. According to Autoblog, they say that General Motors doesn't anticipate any immediate production impacts. So theoretically, this foam is not going to harm the production possibly of the C8. But remember, foam is needed for seats, headliners, door panels, knee bolsters, instrument panels, steering wheels, gear shift knobs, armrest and headrest, engine covers, exterior trim, carpet padding. So there's a lot involved here. And with these refineries not operating well, especially when they may kind of be involved with the plastics as well, this will be an interesting little factor. Let's add to all this good fun with more thoughts about semiconductors. To quote S&P Global again, the shortfall was caused by the automakers rapidly cutting orders for semiconductors earlier in the pandemic, apparently not counting on chip makers orienting production, which has a 6-month lead time, towards customer electronics. So back in March of 2020, 1 year ago, the semiconductor manufacturers decreased their production for cars while increasing their output for consumer electronics. Also, by the last half of last year, the U.S. Commerce Department restricted Chinese semiconductors being exported into the U.S., and so that further has created this need for these chips. I've seen some estimates that they believe in May or June we should be out of the chip crisis. GM may be able to keep production of the C8s going relative to the chip shortage because of other plant shutdowns. Through the end of March, GM has closed the Mexico plant, and through mid-March to mid-April, they have closures in Kansas City at the Fairfax sedan plant and the facility in Ontario, Canada. It looks like GM has also shut down through April and maybe May its plant in Brazil. Although supplies of raw materials and semiconductors could get better sometime in May, June, come summer, it is still proposed that really things won't be obviously better, in theory, until the end of August or after Labor Day, sometime in September. So let's kind of keep an eye on this, touch base again in the summer, and see where we're standing. Hopefully all this will be taken care of, and what we need here in the U.S. for the C8 will get better. All right. Well, that'll do it for this video. I really do appreciate y'all checking this thing out, and fingers crossed that those of us wanting a C8 will not be harmed by any of these future circumstances. So anyway, hang in there if you've got one ordered. Don't panic. Relax, take it easy, and I will see you later. Bye.